Yo, what's up? We're back with Kaiju number 8 the game. I finally leveled up his new weapon to level 100. And I've already done a damage comparison, which I'm gonna do in a separate video. But just a sneak peek, the new weapon, even though it's at Ascension 0, is gonna be better damage-wise versus the GS3305. Even though this one is Ascension 4. But in this video, I'm gonna be doing something special. I'm gonna show you the power of the new Narumi. We're gonna be running him in one of the hardest content in the game, Limited Phase Battle on stage 15. And I'm just gonna be running 2 units. So his partner is going to be 4-star Hoshina. And this stage is gonna be perfect for him because it only has the normal plating and the boss has slash plating, which he can do. Now he's not quite there yet to solo this content. Sagan can probably solo if you build her enough. I had to bring 4-star Hoshina so that he can cycle a few turns and be able to 2-unit run one of the hardest content in the game. Now when it comes to this type of enemies with normal plating, he is going to be very good because whenever he casts his combat skill, that's going to reduce 2 stacks of the plating. And whenever you remove plating from the enemies, you can stack up his passive skill very quickly, right? So he already has 2 stacks of the accumulated results, which gives him 4% attack, which can stack up to 5 times. We can go ahead and break this guy's plating, which will give him the ult. And then we can go ahead and ult the one on the right. Now the reason why I'm bringing Hoshina instead of other units is because I need some damage and I also need him to cycle a few turns. With Hoshina in the team, I'm able to give him speed buff when I use his combat skill when I have 2 or below SP gauge, and when I use his ultimate as well. So I'm just gonna buff up my 4-star Hoshina, ult with him, which will give the speed buff to my Narumi. Okay, we get the ultimate right here. If I crit, I should be able to kill. But my crit rate is not the best because I still cannot roll for a crit rate piece. I'm gonna restart because I do need to crit for me to kill the left dude. Okay, nice, we crit. 71,000, not bad. Alright, we can stall a bit to build up the ults. Now I am getting a bit of buff because this season's limited fierce battle rule is that whenever you ult, you gain 4% attack, which can stack up to 15 times. I think I can just ult with him. We don't need to be too frugal when it comes to his ultimate because it doesn't take long for you to build it back up. Once you move wave, 69,000, very nice. We should be able to cycle enough turns that the boss won't even get one single turn. I should get the ultimate right here, and then the ultimate itself should break the plates on the boss, even though the boss has 4 plates left. Yeah, this guy is going to be a cheat code when fighting against enemies with a lot of the basic plates because he can just shred through them. And he's also pretty decent against enemies with like 1 or 2 of like blunt plating. He can still do well in that type of content because he can still break those plate with his ultimate. Although I think the stacking mechanic does take a long time, especially when the kaiju is core exposed. You cannot stack the scene through debuff when the kaiju is exposed. So you actually have to get them to regain the plates, and then you'll be able to restack the scene through debuff. Okay, I'm just gonna double out right here. Hopefully the water dude doesn't one-shot my Hoshina. He's very low. I need that water dude to attack my Narumi instead, and then I think we should win. Because I'll be able to break the plates on the boss right now. Alright, so if I don't get attacked by the water dude, nice. Okay, I think this is a win. Because this will destroy the plate on the enemy, on the boss. We crit as well. And... oh, I don't get a turn. But I'll be able to get a speed buff right here. Okay, hold on. Okay, I changed the rotation up a bit. So now I have both ults moving onto the boss stage. I'll be able to build his ult back up. So I'll be able to double ult when the boss is core exposed. 65,000. Okay, I think this time we got it. The boss only has 6 bar left. And we should be able to break the plates once again. It's gonna be close though. Oh, okay. Alright, stop. Maybe I can outspeed. Okay, nice. That was clutch. Using the combat skill gave me enough speed. So now we outspeed. But I don't have enough SP. Unlucky. I don't have enough SP. Okay, I think this is gonna be better. Because I break the plate with my 4-star Hoshina and he's gonna follow up. Alright. We can ult with him right now. After I buff up. Boom. Boom. And I think this is gonna be a win. Although I think I need to double crit right here. Crit on the ult and crit on the combat skill. That should kill. Nice. Ooh, 125,000. Yeah, the first few tries I didn't play around with Hoshina's passive. So I lost on a bit of crit damage. Yeah, you can see the difference. There we go. 2-unit run on one of the hardest content in the game. But yeah, I'm just gonna exit out for Team 2 because I don't have any. But yeah, when it comes to this type of content where the enemies only have basic plates, this new Narumi is going to be a beast because he can break the plate really quickly with his combat skill, with his ult, and also with the ult effect as well, the seen through debuff. Look at bro, he putting up an L sign, bruh. But yeah, I'm gonna do some more testing with him. I wanna see what set is gonna be the best and what weapon is gonna be the best. I already got a grasp on what weapon is gonna be the best, but when it comes to the uni part, I think I went with the wrong choice. I didn't really have a choice because I had to roll for the fungal set. I didn't have any of the lizard type. Now I'm farming up the lizard type so that I can change his set, but it's probably not worth it at this point because it's gonna take a lot of resource for me to roll all of this to the perfect substats. So yeah, that's about it. This new Narumi is very good, especially when it comes to bossing contents. And yeah, ciao.